I figured we'd stop here. Considering we're looking for arrowheads. Pretty sizable mound. This little place by an old Civil War battle called Buffington Island. Pause that and read it. I'll get a picture of each of them. You can hit the pause button in the video and read them. Now, you ain't allowed to look in this park here. This is state property. We're not looking. I just wanted to show this to people. Just a little park, but it's pretty neat. Walking through. Found me a nice old little white glass bottle. I'm not sure what that is. We'll get cleaned off and see what kind of markings it's got on it. That old country store's been here for years. It ain't been open since I've been alive, but I imagine back in the day, my grandpa and uncles and aunts and great grandparents, they probably stopped down here to get them a soda or some gas. Or it's kind of neat just to think what might have been in there. I'm sure my grandpa knows, and I just never asked him, but I thought that was pretty neat. I'd show y'all. We down at the river looking for arrowheads, and this little guy come out of the woods here. What do you say, bud? You pretty good? Hmm? You seem pretty nice. There's Bubba, even throwing him some stones. Oh, did you hear that? Bobby found a couple goodies down there in the river. He got my old beat up marble, big old chunk of coal. That might just be his early Christmas present. Huh? That dog's still following us. We're trying to get him to go back. He's neighbor's dog. Guy that works with my dad. He took a liking to us. We'll see if we can get him to go back. Looking for arrowheads. We got in a cave here. A little bit of a rock lip. We're seeing what we can see on the ground. It looks like people's been in here, so I doubt you'll find too much. Have to dig a little to find arrowheads. So a lot of this rock falls off when it gets cold, freezes and busts off. And the arrowheads are gonna be down underneath. Stuff like this here washed in. Hide some.
There's shorts right here. That's scary. I think just fall.
I got there, bub. Got you a rock? We're out Mantwood and we're gonna find us some arrowheads. There's the cave we come out of. Goes out through there a good ways. There's Bubba. Here comes Kelly. What do you think, Bubba? You caveman now?
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall in the water. You wanna make it?
Maybe.
Yeah. Gotta get all the good moments. We got Douglas the Junker here with another fawn. What is it? Oh, it's a remote control to a...
Oh, that's nice.
Land and Water Rover. I'm guessing that's no good anymore. What you got, bub? Wash her off for a little more. Kind of neat. Some kind of old perfume bottle. I don't know how old it is. Might not be super old, but it's neat looking. It's an Avon. It's probably something newer, but still kind of neat to find out in the water. Whoa, and we almost lost it. There you go, bub. You won't believe it, but I pulled it right out of that hole right there. Right where my heart is. And I think I found a Civil War era gun, folks. Oh my gosh, look at that. What do you think, Union or Confederate? We've been finding all kinds of junk down here. That don't look too old though. There you go, bub. I'm gonna shoot you up some arrowheads. Got Bart just drove by. But the sight to see is that old ferry. For a while it wasn't running, now they got it running again. Taking cars across the river. That's Fly, Ohio right there, and they're bringing them over here to Sistersville. Man, I'll tell you what, I was down here doing some sifting. I'm on a little canal. I had to go work at a different branch today. I decided to stop and sift. And if that ain't the creepiest thing I've ever found down at the river, that's almost real head size. I thought about picking it up because it'd be funny to take home, but it also creeps me out, and I don't want to be alone in the car with it, to be honest with you. So, you never know, that kind of stuff could come alive. I've seen enough movies to know how that ends. So we're gonna leave it right here. All right. You know, we put a lot of videos of what we call goose egging. You know, doesn't necessarily mean you don't find anything. A lot of this stuff here is just rocks like the kids like. I mean, some of it's got something. Like that looked like it had some pieces knocked off. We got a piece here that definitely looks like it's been worked. A lot of it's just old rocks that don't really mean anything, but the kids see something in them, so I let them keep them. They got a little bucket they put them in. And we do think that rock might have been worked on. It looks like it's been fired. It's got a real flat bottom, but most of these rocks aren't anything. Seashells, piece of mussel shell, kind of a thick one, but yeah, sometimes it's just fun. Kids like to go out and they see things they've never seen before. Like one of them pick out rock up there. I'm sure they were enamored with that. They thought it was something special, so I let them keep about a bucket of that stuff. But we don't always goose egg per se. Like we find some neat stuff, like a bunch of pennies. I haven't found any pennies that's worth anything yet, but it's just kind of neat when you're digging through and find pennies. One day I found a bunch of them. I don't know if somebody just poured a piggy bank out in the river there or what. But there's other places. We do other things other than sifting. We go looking for wild ramsons, which people around here call ramps, and mushrooms and things like that. And we find a lot of oil and gas stuff too. These are old pieces. I got a square now somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But these are all pieces off old pumps out there in the middle of the woods here in West Virginia. I don't like grabbing those and keeping them. Just little things off there. They're probably not worth anything. This here, I don't know what that was. It kind of gets fat at the base up by the nut head and goes all the way down. Some type of scratch awl or what it was. Some kind of hole punch. That's neat. Then of course you got your bottle finds. Like that's probably something real recent, but Douglas thought that was neat, and so we kept it. But these are older, not super old. Here's one like in that video I found the other day. It says Duraglass on the bottom. It's got those measurements, that 3IV. That's that one I was saying that I had one at home of. And there's an old plant that was growing in it that kind of got stuck on it on the inside. I can't get it out. It looks kind of neat. Almost looks like a painting. And then there's another one that says Duraglass on it. maybe down at the bottom. Yeah, Parkersburg, West Virginia Duraglass. That's an old Dr. Pepper from, I think 1947's the date on it. That's a neat find. We didn't find even a Flint Flake that day, but we found that Dr. Pepper, and that was, I mean, that was an exciting find. You know, and then of course we got our finds. And we got the fossils there, and there's my arrowhead we found in the flint chips. We're gonna go back to that site. But yeah, it's not always about whether you find something or not too. You know, I take the kids out. I took Emma to Blenner House at Island before I started filming. And we actually ran into a friend of mine. He runs the island out there. He's an old professor of mine. And he let us go in and go into some places that people normally aren't allowed to go. And Emma was thrilled to death with that. She did a history project on the Adina Hopewell too. So she's pretty excited to be doing some of this stuff sometimes. And just getting out on the boat with them too and watching them have fun. So, you know, we post a lot of Goose Egg stuff, but the main reason we post that too is just to show the adventures we have. You know, you'll see that in all the video that we'll post soon. But yeah, we say Goose Egg. We don't really mean it pejoratively. They're still fun to be had, and there's still things to find. So don't be discouraged you guys can't find anything, because I mean, it literally took months and days and hours of boat rowing, days of looking, you know, before I finally found that. And these goose eggs, you know, they might bother you sometimes, especially just sifting through. Like yesterday, we didn't find anything of value, but we had fun. We learned how to ride the waves when the boats go by, and it just makes finding these a heck of a lot better. And you guys finally find one of these after a bunch of goose eggs. It's going to feel a lot better if you got the first time and find one and find one and find one every time. It's almost going to feel meaningless. I mean, it really did. It really did mean a lot to find that. You kind of see in the video, if you watch the video when we find that, you'll see me shaking a little bit holding the camera, and it's not an act. I mean, it was exciting, and it meant a lot when you found that, but it's just part of our finds, even on the goose egg days. And I just wanted to show that to you, show you guys that even goose eggs are still good days and they're worth going out. So don't get discouraged if you don't find anything, because, you know, for the longest time I didn't either. So thanks for watching.